Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about Doomsday Kingdom. Now listen, in this video we're going to talk about restocking issue number 1, and we're also making a couple announcements for issues 2 and 3. So whether you're interested in buying issue number 1 for the first time, or you already did and you're curious about issues 2 and 3, there's going to be something important in this video that you're going to want to hear. The first thing first, issue number 1 with the online sales, it was a massive success. In my personal opinion, it's not huge. We're not selling, 10,000 copies, but for what we did, the amount we did, and how well it played out, like almost 99% of the orders have shipped and they were delivered, and we only had about, I could count them on one hand, errors that we had to recorrect, whether it was not getting the complete addresses. We had one mailman who aggressively delivered a package. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. But with that being said, we only had a couple issues and we were able to straighten it out. I do want to say, if you're Andrew from Texas, please get in contact with us. doomsdaykingdom@gmail.com. I sent you multiple emails. Your package was one of the first ones to go out and it was returned to us. So let's fix that so we can get your package out. Moving on to the announcements for our sales and numbers, so to speak. I think it is a good thing to make that announcement and show you guys and stand behind that, because it's not huge, it's not massive compared to what the pros do or even on the independent level, but just for a nobody a nobody writer and a nobody artist doing it themselves with no one backing them except for you guys, I think this is a massive success. Everyone I talked to said that you put yourself in a hole with the first issue, and we're not in a hole. We are not in a hole at all. We are actually looking for, we're also not running out buying Lamborghinis, but I'm just saying that's the best news. We are not in a hole, and we even have enough money to move forward with the issue 2. And as it stands right now, if we just grow a little bit, we're good. The future is looking great for Doomsday Kingdom. So we will have a discussion about that in the future, but one thing I want to get out of the way right now is a massive thank you. The words alone cannot say it enough. With every single invoice I was sending out, just looking at the numbers, and the numbers represents hard-earned money that people were paying, and it's kind of like a faith, like you guys have faith in us. You saw what we're presenting and you have faith in that to continue on, and people were spending their hard-earned money, from whether it's just the $4 on the digital or the people who were buying stacks at the comic. There was a handful of people who bought stacks to put in their little shops or even hand out or take to their local comic shops. There was people buying the limited edition ones, multiple ones. Some people spent like a little over $100 on their packages, prints and all the different options. So none of that went unnoticed. I don't know how to put it into words what that means to us. It's just incredible. And think about this, and then I'll move on to the updates and stuff. We did this. Me, the artist, and you guys especially. Think about it. This was a story I gave up on because I didn't think, with everyone complaining about, oh, there's too much zombie stuff, I just gave up on it. And then I mentioned it on this channel, and a lot of people stood behind it. At least 100 people stood behind it at first, just mentioning it. And then there was 200, and then 500, and then there was 600 people interested. Then there's 1,000 people interested, and now we're here. We're releasing it, and for the foreseeable future, we might not be releasing every single month right now, but we are releasing, and we are releasing an issue 2 and an issue 3 based off of the success of issue 1 right now. And it's still an uphill battle. It still is. Like, we're not fully financed to print the next 2 issues and rock and roll and do it next week, We have a long road ahead of us, but from what we hear from a ton of different artists and writers and people making comic books on the independent level, from what we hear, I don't mean to sound cocky, but this is probably one of the best in the end, because everyone we talked to just went in a hole, and it almost financially crippled them releasing their first issue, and we're looking good to move forward. So I can't say it enough. You guys allowed a franchise to take its first breaths with Doomsday Kingdom issue number 1. You allowed that. You gave it life. You know what I mean? So huge. I owe you everything. Like, thank you. The words don't say it enough. It's you gave me a dream come true. I don't want to seem over dramatic, but to me, like I said, like I feel it in my heart. You know, it's like there's this warmth there, and it's unbelievable. I don't know what to say, and saying thank you just doesn't cut it. You know. So, yeah, thank you. Just from the bottom of my heart. This is incredible. Let's move the sappy stuff aside and dive right into the restock for those interested. Now, we're going to be 5 minutes in. Oh, God, let's run through this quick. I know people are already in the comments section. Ronnie, you're rambling. All right, so the restock, we're going to do it tomorrow, probably later in the day. But the first thing we're putting up is a pre-order for the day and night variant set. Now, here's the thing. If you're new to variants, it's going to be the same thing as the first print issue number 1, except for it's going to have a different cover. And it's also going to have a different back cover with some cool artwork of the rider among creeps, because the first cover was a wraparound, so we had to design a new back cover. So it's a really cool back cover. I love it. But the front cover is the main one. That's a variant cover. It's going to be 2 issues in the set, 2 first print issue number 1s of the variants. It's going to have the feeding post during the daytime on one issue, and it's going to have the feeding post during nighttime on the other issue number 1 variant. Now, the artist was asking me, even still up until this point where we're right about to post it online at doomsdaykingdom.com again tomorrow, he keeps asking me to separate them and not keep them in the set. The reason I wanted to keep them in the set is because we're going to be paying well over $4 just to print each issue, so we obviously have to charge more. So I think it takes away the sting charging them in a 2-issue set. But if you guys really want them, but you only want the day one or the night one, leave some comments down below and we'll gauge it based off of your interest. Speaking of gauging it based off your interest, we don't know if we're going to keep the pre-orders up for a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. Again, it's based off of the interest. If a lot of interest pours in the first 3 days and no one else pours in after that, we might close it down in a week. It'll be up to you guys, but we will do a follow-up before we even close the pre-orders. And as far as the price, I don't know the exact price yet. I'm going to get a quote from the shipping from the printers, and then we'll be able to adjust the price and post it accordingly when we go live tomorrow. So that's the day and night variant cover set. If you have any questions about that, ask them down below and I'll try to answer them the best I can. The other thing, we're going to be stocking blank sketch variant covers. If you're new to blank sketch variants, it's just a blank sketch paper that's over the original issue number 1 first print. Same thing as a first print, except for it has this card stock that you can sketch something or take it to your favorite artist and have him sketch something. Now I'm going to probably post around 5 or 7 online. If they sell out hot and fast, we will put more up for sale, and we have these in hand. So when you order them, next day they're shipping out. The day and night variant set is a pre-order. That we didn't receive them from the printer yet. These, we have them in hand. And we're going to restock issue number 1, but we can't restock it the way we did last time with all the options. We were able to do that because of the bulk shipping. I will be able to put around 50 limited, they're not special limited, but I'm just saying I have a limited quantity that I can put online right now to restock around 50 issues. I'm taking a stack of comics to my local comic book shop. October 4th, I'm going to do a signing. October 4th at Capitol Comics 2 off of Holly Ridge Drive in Raleigh, North Carolina. So The Walking Dead new comic issue, what, 171 or 172 comes out that day. It's, what, tomorrow. So stop by, pick up The Walking Dead comics, say hi, and if you didn't get an issue of Doomsday Kingdom, you could pick one up from me personally. So that's going to be tomorrow. About the options that we can restock, if you just want the story, we'll have digital for $3.99. The next lowest tier that we can do possibly would be the comic plus my signature for $13.99, or the comic plus 1 print for $13.99. We will also put up an option if you just want to get the prints. If you already bought the comic but now you change your mind, you're like, you know what, I want to order a stack of prints. We will put up, we're not selling the Rider one, that is a giveaway one, but we will put up the 3 options we had before. Again, a limited amount. I think we'll only have around 20 stacks of 3 to put up. So we're going to have the comic only digital, then we'll have the comic plus my signature, the comic plus 1 print, and then we'll have a few options for the prints only. And if you do want double signatures with me and the artist, Even though we don't have that option available now for that, we still have it available in the Signature series, which is these bad boys. I got a little stack here that's still available. You get a free print here. You get a free little bookmark or a trading card. This one has a trading card in it of the rider down there. And you get the limited edition book plate, which is double signed, and then you get the see-through clear backboard. So we have a stack of these left. There will be no signature option for the artist and no signature option for both of us unless you get the Signature series. Now that's at this time because of the shipping is expensive. And there will be no more sketch covers yet. We sold our limit, and we will be restocking maybe in a couple months another 5 of the custom sketch covers. Now, issue 2 and 3 announcements. Here we go. Issue number 2 is Fireworks and Fevers. I already showed you guys the cover. It was in the back of issue number 1. We are trying our damnedest to release issue number 2 and issue number 3 together to save on shipping. And this is something I think if it works out, it will be fantastic. I got a little tease here, the synopsis for issue 2. Tristan and his family enjoy their last fireworks show just before his hometown is devastated by deadly fevers. Issue number 3, Bloodbath. Tristan fights for his life, and Katie tries to help her community without realizing the danger lurking around the corner. Now, one awesome thing right now that we know we're going to do with issue number 3, we're also going to have a variant cover of Katie, a new female character, in a bloodbath. We don't have the example. I just came up with the idea, or it just dawned on me. It should have been something I thought of. You'll see when the issue comes out. You'll see what I mean, but that is going to be something very awesome. I can't wait. Katie is going to be a personal favorite. She's going to be one of those characters where you're going to love her. You're going to love her. I love her already. I'm going to shut up and get this video posted. Again, I cannot say it enough. Massive thank you for this. You guys supporting this is the reason it's out right now. Anyone who is holding it in their hands, or you are thinking of ordering the copy, or you already ordered the copy or the digital copy, like, you are the reason. You are the reason it's out now. So rip off your arm, give yourself a pat in the back, and then go to the hospital and get that bitch surgically sewn back on. I was going to say removed, but that wouldn't make any sense. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, but it's a fun, exciting, tired, and exhausted. I mean, we did this. This is the first map project that we did. I love you. That's all there is to say. I love you. That's it. That's it. I love you.